Hi, this is Bob TV, and this is how I mixed Lynx 234, my cover of a Rammstein song. Okay, let's move on to vocals. So this song has a couple different styles of vocals in it. Whether it's, let's see here, solo. Whether it's whisper style, or black metal style, or guttural style. And hear that lovely, lush reverb? That's the same reverb I was talking about earlier. Like, so whisper vocals. Send to verb. Back and forth. Nothing else is touched. It's straight send to the reverb. It sounds amazing. Okay, so let's break these vocals down piece by piece. Whisper vocals happen during the verse, where it's just the bass, so it sounds like this. And let's solo that. And take all the plugins off and just see what it's. This is what it sounds like with no plugins. So you can see, or rather you can hear, that I'm really, really close up to the mic on that. Lots of bass, lots of extra shit that we don't need. So the first thing I do, everything about 200 hertz, gone. Cut all the bass out. Let's check that out. See? Nobody needs that in your vocals. Then, see that kind of boxy, nasally crap? Around, when it comes to vocals, around 500, 400, somewhere in there, you'll find that kind of boxy shit that you need to take out. And because it's whispering, I didn't really take anything else out, except everything above 4700 I cut. Which is that scratchy whispering crap, that the very, very top end of the whisper, which I didn't want, because that's going to be competing with cymbals and other shit. So everything, if you don't need it, cut it out. Then I put a nice compressor on there, same as before. This is actually the same thing. Yeah, so I have two. So the first one just compresses everything down, brings the quiet parts up, brings the loud parts down. So it sounds like this. So see, it brings up the breath a little bit, makes the whole track a little more even. Then the second compressor does the same thing again. It just does it a little differently. It's still bringing the quiet parts up and the loud parts down, but what it's doing is, it's because the attack is on the slowest setting, it waits a couple of milliseconds for those B's and P's and T's and S's, all that blast of breath at the beginning of every word. By turning this down to the slowest thing, it boosts it up, but waits a minute to give those extra cut. Like, listen. Hear the cut is pushing through, and in a mix situation with you got everything else go on, you want that, and it sounds like I'm right up on the mic. Machine gun. So EQ, compress it some more. Now this is another Fab Filter plugin that I really, really like. It's the De-Esser. So it takes the s and the f. It just brings those down, so you're not, because we're squishing this so hard, every syllable you say, every letter gets louder. So we don't want crazy S's and stuff like that. So I'm going to put it on and just watch the highlighted parts for what's cutting that down. Right here. It's not a super S-y part, but for that one little thing, it finds it, takes it out. And then here, 187 hertz, I'm just squishing any overzealous frequencies in that range. So let's put that on. Just same as a guitar. Because I'm whispering and kind of getting a little bit raspy there, it over emphasizes some low end stuff, low mids, whatever you want to call 187 hertz. So that just flattens it out, makes it a little more consistent. So that's the whisper vocals, and then again sending it to the reverb and back again. And like with every vocal I do, I have a pop filter in front of my Blue Microphones Yeti. Incredible mic. If you can get one and only one microphone, get that. Okay, so we're going to move down here. This is still going to be in the verse, and where I move to the second part here where I do black metal vocals. Sounds like this. That reverb is sexy. I think I put more of it on there. Yeah, more than the other track because this is a black metal vocal. Black metal requires lots and lots of reverb. So I just shrieked into the microphone, and it's basically the same thing. Same as before. My vocal effects chain is almost the same always. You just have to adjust everything to fit what you're doing. So in this case, you know, there wasn't all that low end as same as before, so I only cut it below 150. See? A little bit of that. But see, the same nasally boxy area here, 476. I guess that's just how my voice is. I'm sure you're getting some of that right now. And then I gave a boost around 4700 just to give it a little bit extra high end, and then cut everything below 12,000. So the boost above 4700K, 4700 hertz, just gives it a little bit more attack, I guess. I don't know. It just sounds good. I don't speak German. And that's it. You can actually, there's a couple parts here where some of this was a little quieter than the other. So yeah, you're going to compress the shit out of it, but sometimes it's easier just to go in, find a spot, boost it up a little bit, make it bigger or smaller, just to try to make it consistent here. Then the compressor has less work to do. And so we'll move on to the guttural parts. Sound like this. Yeah. And this is going to be very similar. So, yeah, it's actually the same EQ as the high part. The compressor settings will be the same. This one will have the same settings for the De-Esser. And the same thing for the cutting out the low, mids, whatever. Actually, let's check the high vocals again. I bet you there's going to be more de-essing in there. You can see what it actually does. There, right there. It just shaves off the harshness of those F's and S's and serious. So if I said serious a lot, like some ladies do, that would take care of that. And what else we got here? Lo-fi. So let me find where those are. So this is lo-fi. I'm not sure where this is in the song, but let's just play it. Ah, yes. So just for context, it's this part. During the clean guitar, or in this case, acoustic. Yeah, so it sounds like that. So that's pretty much more of the whispering vocals, but I wanted them to sound way more lo-fi. So I did this. FabFilter has a preset called Phone, which looks like this, but it boosts the shit out of the these frequencies, and I didn't need it that crazy. I just wanted the low end and high end cuts. So without that, sounds like this. Kann man Herzen fragen? Ein So everything below 500, everything above 3500. Cuts out all that shit, makes it sound like a phone. Easy as that. You can make it or go to the preset, whatever you need to do. And then the compressor is the same as the other vocal tracks. One flattens it out really good. The other one gives you the extra attack on the letters by putting the attack to the slowest possible. And then there's a De-Esser to catch anything because we're only getting that narrow band of frequency. Yeah, it's not really doing anything here. But it's there in case I needed it. And then again, just being sent to the verb. So just for fun, so go at it. So that's the more of the black metal vocal style, but I wanted it to sound lo-fi as well. So Pro EQ with the phone preset, dialed back a little bit, compress it again. If there's any sibilant little bitches in there, cut them right out. And then all these tracks go through here. And then this is another Fab Filter plugin that I really love. It's called Saturn. It's a saturator. Basically the same thing that I showed you on the bass, that harmonic exciter. I just found that this one works better for vocals. I use this on vocals, sometimes on drums. And so let's turn it off and see if we can play a part. Okay, so we'll go this one. It's off. So it's adding a little warmth to the vocals, a little bit of harmonic excitement, whatever the hell that means. Here, I'll play it again. So yeah, it just makes it a bit warmer, a bit nicer. It's a saturator. Warm tape is the preset. Sounds pretty cool. It's just kind of emulating what it would have sounded like had it been going through an old 1970s Neve console or something like that, where the components of the board affect the sound going through them. So that's all the vocals. That's all the plugins I have on the vocals. Now to add to that, I have some effects. I have here's some delay. I have the doubler and some more delay. So let's see where that is. Right here. So this is a vocal part that's at the end of a section where the solo comes in. So you got a little region here for the guitar solo. And I wanted the vocal to echo out after the part. So it goes like this. Cool. So what I do is I have a send going, so I have one to the verb and then one to vocal delay. And it's down here. I put all my verb and delay and shit at the bottom. Right here. This is another product by Waves. This is my go-to for any kind of a delay. Whether it be, in this case, this is a lo-fi delay, ping pong delay, H delay. It's cheap. It's amazing. And it's set for lo-fi, so if I take that off, then it'll make the delays a bit more hi-fi. See? Just cuts some of the, makes it a little bit shittier. And say for fun, I can make this into a ping pong delay. See, left and right. That's your ping pong, baby. Yeah, so I just set it 100% because it's an effect. What's this at? 47 feedback, whatever that means. Host is your beats per minute. And this is your delay time. So I have it set for a half note. Or if I say for an eighth note, which should be, what, twice as fast? Yeah, so instead of that, no, it'd be, a quarter note would be twice as fast. This would be that again. That's why it's super fast. So that's just a little delay I have on the vocal. And you can see I have it, this is the automation for the on and off, or mute and unmute. So the entire track, I have that delay muted right here. I have it unmuted. And then I leave it for the entire time where it's going to echo out. And then right before the next section comes in, I turn it off. And let's see what else we have for effects here. Oh yes, at the end. At the end, I wanted the last little word here to sound cool. So I have it being sent to a doubler, which is right here. And this is what it does. Let me just solo this. So it does the same thing as before with the marching. It just makes it super stereo, makes it sound like two vocals. So I'll take the center channel out and see what it sounds like. So it sounds like one left, one right, and then just to conserve the mono signal, I just put one in the middle. You can barely even hear it. So it sounds almost like three vocals, but I'm only doing one. So that's kind of cool. This doubler's pretty cheap, and it sounds awesome.